I think we're live.
Sweet.
And I tweeted it.
I think we're
So
live.
now I gotta find the channel. Sweet.
I'm gonna tweet it too.
Do it. So Dan and I were just talking about how he was giving away one of his Litecoin what is that? Lights?
Oh.
But then the guy freaking was like, I'm happy I won, but give it to somebody else.
So actually, I actually haven't even said that on my channel, but there you go. This is a good.
Oh shoot!
No, it's a good time. I've been forgetting like every day for the last 2 weeks.
Oh my god! Well, yeah. Well,
So
there you go.
We're gonna do a giveaway.
Big news. Have you thought about what you're gonna do? Because last time it was like, oh, you got to 1K and then you gave it away, right?
Yeah, it was. I think it was the 10,000 subscriber giveaway.
Oh shoot! Yeah. You have 10K subscribers?
I do.
Someone's jelly.
You are killing it. I have 1/10. I have 10% of your subscribers.
Dude,
what do you?
I'm sure you'll catch up soon because I hit 10,000 and it definitely slowed down a little bit.
What?
You're funny.
Yeah. Okay.
I think John Kim's catching up to you, man.
Yeah, John Kim's taken over the social media atmosphere.
Let me check out his channel. So Tone Vase hitting on the bank buy. Kevin S, what do you mean?
I was going to bring that up, actually. I just saw a comment on YouTube about that. Apparently he said, I mean, I don't know if this is true. I haven't verified it, but he was talking about how he thinks Litecoin's going to go to zero and this bank buy is a really bad idea. And it's going to.
Oh.
Did you?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty surprised. I wonder why he would think that.
I would love if somebody could actually I think he did a podcast this morning. I really want to listen to it. I just haven't had the time to go look for it.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to look at it too. But speaking of which, let's I'm going to share my screen. So big news today, or actually yesterday, I would say. We, the Litecoin Foundation and TokenPay have entered into a strategic partnership to buy a stake in a German bank. We plan to work on many exciting consumer-driven crypto solutions, so stay tuned. And I think it references this specific announcement. So, like the exact details, I'm still not 100% sure, but it looks like TokenPay acquired 9%. And then it sounds like they transferred this 9.9% to the Litecoin Foundation. But overall, TokenPay, I think, has rights to the rest of the 90%, but they have to clear some legal issues before they actually acquire the whole bank. So this is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad you explained that. I was kind of curious. So you're saying that TokenPay actually owns the other 90% of the bank as well, or they're going to?
So yeah, I think they want to. I think they said we own 10%, and we have rights to the next 90.
Okay.
Yeah, and what it sounds like is I think the LF probably, I don't know anything that's going on behind this deal. I'm just speculating, but it sounds like TokenPay sold their 10% to the LF, and then TokenPay themselves bought another 10%. And then so now they have to make up 80%. And so, yeah, I think they'll own 80% of it soon, but I don't know exactly when.
Yeah, I was on Gingy's Twitter. First of all, I liked his tweet. Did you see his tweet?
Oh my gosh.
We tried hard to open a bank account for Litecoin Foundation. Now we just bought a bank.
Straight fire, dude. That guy is just, I love it.
But I saw a dialogue happening in that tweet. Like, somebody was saying it was a loan website and it wasn't a real bank. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, that KFC
Okay.
or
This guy?
KFC man guy.
He does look like a KFC. Okay.
Yeah. So it was pretty interesting.
Yeah. I think I read an article somewhere that they primarily focus on real estate. And so maybe that's where like this guy is getting confused, because oftentimes when you work with real estate, I think like you deal with loans. And so, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But I think it's awesome for Litecoin. So I'm not really sure what Tony Vase was talking about, but I'm curious. I mean, do you see any potential downside to this happening?
I'm not sure. Like, I haven't really thought about that aspect. Like, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what the partnership will look like between the Litecoin Foundation and Token Pay. So I ended up doing some reading on their white paper, and they did an ICO, but the thing is, it's not an ERC20 token. Actually, they forked Bitcoin, and their ICO was done all in Bitcoin. So I was pretty surprised by that. That reminded me of like when Ethereum did their fundraising.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and then I think their algorithm, their consensus algorithm is proof of stake, and then and then they have like all these crazy features like ZK snarks and also like Tor routing, and they're going to be like super privacy focused. Part of me is like sort of skeptical because that's a lot. Like it's the dream. Like that's where you want to get to, and they're saying that they can implement all of this like pretty within the next year or something like that. So I'm a little skeptical, but if it all works out, then I can easily see Litecoin being able to port some of their technology onto Litecoin because the code base is similar. They're both based off of Bitcoin.
I have a client, and they're working primarily in like that zero knowledge snark area, and so I've been trying to learn more about it because to me in this space that is really intriguing to me.
Yeah.
So you think that's far off though, that implementation of that type of protocol?
On Bitcoin and Litecoin, yes, but like I think Zcash already has it out there. Let's see. Yeah, Zcash already implemented it.
Okay.
But truth is, like, this is so new. Here, just pulling out all these tweets. So this is Zuko. He's like the I guess head CTO of Zcash, and then so I heard that Sergey Brin said that ZK snarks are so new that it's crazy that Zcash has succeeded at deploying that in real life applications so fast. And I agree. Most people don't understand that we compress the normal timeline by several years. So the fact that it's even out and implemented on Zcash is pretty nuts. But here's the thing. Zuko says, but by the same token, this is a reminder that Zcash is built on new, risky, unproven technology. It could have fatal flaws that we as scientists and engineers just haven't discovered yet. Right. And so even though it's awesome that ZK Snarks has been implemented on Zcash, it's still up to they don't know. They don't know if it's all going to work out or not. It hasn't been tested on mainnet, and there's no financial incentive to actually break ZK Snarks. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think we'll need at least at least a year, like a good amount of time for us to see like whether or not somebody figures out a flaw within the technology before we even consider like adding it to like Litecoin or Bitcoin.
Yeah. Very cool. So, I mean, it started out bullish right there with those tweets you were just reading for Zcash. That's like that's a bullish tweet. That first one.
Yeah.
By Zuko.
Yeah. And they also did something else that was pretty cool in terms of governance where like they basically hard forked and they added 2 new protocols to their blockchain. And they somehow got 100% consensus without, I think, without any replay protection. So I don't know how they did that. I'll have to read up more on it, but that's pretty impressive. I think one reason is because the community is so small, and they also have a foundation to kind of advocate for certain protocols and all that stuff, and so it's a little bit more centralized in that sense. But still, it's they didn't force an upgrade; they let it up to the users to kind of decide. And from the I guess conference that they held the ZK Snarks conference, they or Zcash conference. They said that it was 100% successful, so that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
David, what's up, man?
Not much. I was just trying to read a little bit on this too. I just think we always speculate how they're going to be able to use this in the crypto space, but I think there's a lot of regular banking, not implications, but things that the avenues that they can go down with this. That potentially involve cryptocurrencies. But I mean, just think about, what would the possibilities be of if you have a business in Germany or somewhere in Europe who would want to pay some or all of their employees' salaries in crypto, or provide to their IRAs or something else. And this would be a way, I think, that you could do that, because there's a lot of technical aspects behind banking that you have to get approved by, and every country is different, and then you have the EU itself as a whole. So I think when you look at that respect, it could be more than what we're even imagining they're trying to do with it, or trying to open up doors that they don't even know what the possibilities are at this point. I'm really excited about it. I think it's one of the best things they could have done this year.
I agree.
Yeah. And I think having a bank has immediate benefits for the Litecoin Foundation in regards to they get a bank. The LF has been trying to get a bank for a long time, but they just haven't, because banks are just really cautious to partnering with cryptocurrency focused companies, right? And so the fact that they get a bank, it lets them do cool stuff. For example, right now, the Litecoin Summit, we're doing everything through PayPal. But with the bank, you can pay with your Visa card, right? So you don't have to pay with Litecoin. It just makes it more easier for people to buy stuff from the Litecoin Foundation store or the Litecoin Summit and support the foundation. So that's pretty cool. Another aspect is even my ebook, right? I think we've been thinking about trying to get it into Amazon, but you need a bank. You need a bank in order to sell your ebook through Amazon for them to deposit to. So we can't because they don't have one in the US. So I think the immediate benefits of them owning a bank like this German bank is a huge win, and it'll just help out in terms of the business sense for the organization.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of practical applications that they just pretty much struck down that they weren't able to do before. And it's a win by itself just in that respect. So anything they can do beyond that, I think, is awesome.
Yeah, so John actually said that Visa doesn't actually issue the cards, the banks do. And I think that's a good point, because it's possible now that we might have debit cards available through the bank. And so I think that's kind of reassuring, in the sense that we don't have to be afraid of debit cards being revoked like they were at the beginning of 2018. But yeah, we'll have a but yeah, we'll have a bank that issues debit cards. It's still uncertain whether or not Visa will support the transactions. But I don't know, John, if you have any insight, type it out into the chat so you can give us some
Let's think about it this
some
way.
insight into that.
Think about it this way too. When you start a small business, maybe it's involved in blockchain or crypto. Now you have a bank, if you're in Europe, you can go to, that may be able to provide you the tools you need in order to map out your, whatever you're trying to do as a small business. I mean, there's so many things that can be done now not just for Litecoin itself, but just in general, cryptocurrencies through this. It's going to be a template for how others are going to get into that space, but they're the first ones to do it.
So take me through, like, what advantage do you guys see of having a debit card?
A regular debit card, or a debit card with for crypto?
Yeah, like a debit card that I can fund with Litecoin.
Go ahead, Dan.
Well, I mean, first off, I think you have to have the preference of being on board with paying with Litecoin, right? And when the Pay with Litecoin campaign kind of started, there was like a lot of debate over that, whether or not, like, why would anybody pay with Litecoin? Don't you want to hold if you think the price is going to go up? So I think, like, first, the advantage, if you want to look at advantages, you have to be like on board with the concept of paying with Litecoin. I like paying with Litecoin because it's just kind of, my goal is to, not just with my business, invoicing customers and clients, but my goal is to, like, utilize Litecoin on a daily basis. So if that means buying groceries, or if that means, you know, sending an invoice for, you know, a candidate I just placed with a client. So it really just plays into the pay with Litecoin. So advantage for me is the fact that I want to pay with Litecoin. I want to get out of fiat, right? That's like kind of the goal here. And it's probably a very long-term goal because such a small percentage of the population is even on board with that concept. But for me, it's just the preference of being able to do it. So I think that's one of the probably main benefits of it. Can you think of any others, David?
No, I think I'm probably on the same page with you on all of that. Does it help liquidity? I'm assuming it helps liquidity too, because I mean, you're actually you're utilizing the Litecoin like you would anywhere else, and so it has to be used in order to force that to happen, right?
Yeah, and I was talking with somebody. Well, yeah, you don't have to sweep it into USD in order to use it, and so that's definitely a bonus. But I remember way back when people were pissed about LitePay and all that stuff, and I was like, I don't get it. Like, tell me why having a debit card is so important to you, especially when you have like Coinbase. They have their debit card solution, but I think somebody was saying something to the effect like, well, let's say Litecoin, because it's so volatile, Litecoin pumps today, right? Speaking of which, let me see. Where's
Litecoin? We forgot
at?
to check.
Oh,
77.78.
Dude, are we pumping? I hope we're pumping.
Broke $78 a couple minutes ago. What was it? Was there like a buying power argument that they were making?
Yeah. So basically, he was saying, let's say USD pumps really high, and then you go into the grocery store, and then you pay with Litecoin for your groceries, right? And then let's say that's one Litecoin, and you have like two Litecoin in your pocket. But then when you get home later that night, it drops down to like 70, and so technically you save $30. Like, you go back online, you buy the $70 worth of Litecoin, and your stack is the same.
Yes.
And so I think in that sense, he was saying, like, I can use my debit card to make purchases when the price pumps, and ultimately save money, because when the price comes back down, I can just buy it back.
Yeah, and that's actually an awesome point, because, you know, I've experienced that while doing the same thing. Like, and it's kind of weird. It's like real life trading. Like, I'm gonna go shopping now that we're up before we kind of have a pullback. So it's like, it's weird. It's like a weird concept doing that, but yeah, I think that's definitely an advantage.
Yeah, and then I guess, like, if other merchant processors kind of need a bank and they are Litecoin focused, I'm sure the Litecoin Foundation would love to kind of offer their services, and so, or yeah, offer the German bank services as liquidity, as USD liquidity. Yeah. Cool. So today's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. We've all been a little bit busy. And so, yeah, like, do you guys have any questions? Was there anything in particular you guys wanted us to talk about?
I had a question for you, which was the Latoshi's place your idea, E?
Like somebody created Satoshi's Place, which is the Bitcoin version of Latoshi's Place, and then I would post it on Reddit. I posted on Twitter. I was just posting everywhere to try to get somebody to create something for Litecoin, because I think having an application makes people want to run a Lightning Network node and get on there and just play with it. And so, yeah. But I didn't build it. I'm not a coder, so there's no way I could have made that place.
Dude, I wanted to play tic-tac-toe with you so bad.
Dude, so speaking of which, I'm about to wreck this fool. I'm the blue, and this fool chose the green. I already know how I'm gonna play this. Like, no matter what he does, he's already lost. I'm gonna win this in two moves. So, good game, man. Good game.
That is too cool. So, and it's not, I mean, I didn't really look at the price, but to get a spot on there is nothing crazy, right?
No, yeah. So all you have to do is just click on this little thing, and then let's say you just draw, right? And then you click submit, and what it'll do is it'll pop this up. And this right here is called the invoice. First, you got to decode it, then you can pay for it, and it'll go through instantly. I kind of did a live stream example last time I did a shop talk. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
Yeah. Oh, no worries. This one was with like the other website that went up. It's very similar. It's yeah, this one. And this is the image that I uploaded right there. So it's still there.
That's awesome. I love this stuff, man. So I have another question for you guys. It's kind of in regards to price. Do you guys think that we've found a bottom?
Oh. I honestly don't know. For me, it's just so hard to kind of predict where we're at in the market. What do you think, David?
I was wrong about 100. I don't know if I want to talk anymore.
That's
but right. I'd say, I don't know. If we go any further, I don't see it going below probably 70. And the only reason I say that is because if it's going to follow, what is it, like 6,000 is the magic line right now for Bitcoin, and that's held resistance for a while, right?
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah. So then if you go off of the theory or the concept that, you know, we're all kind of riding together through this, and whatever Bitcoin does, we sort of parallel that. I think that's somewhere around 65 or 70. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I wouldn't anticipate it wouldn't go any lower than that if they don't breach the 6,000 mark. But I don't know. I tend to see patterns where it seems like when they announced the token pay deal yesterday, shot up to what, like 81 almost? I think 81 was the ceiling. It couldn't get past there. I mean, it literally just went straight back down. Now we got all the way back down to about, what, 74 or 75. So there's resistance there that goes beyond whatever news is coming out. It's almost irrelevant.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, news doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Something like that. If you would have had that last year, we would have gone crazy. $100, $200 probably.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what will happen.
For better or worse.
Oh, there it is.
What?
Oh, yeah, we were going to talk about that before you split, right?
That's right. You don't have to.
Yeah, take me through this. I don't understand what this is. And you said you wanted to talk about this, right? So, yeah, what is it?
So, go ahead, David.
No, I'm just laughing because of the way he said it. That's all. Don't mind me.
He's like, you wanted to talk about this, so what the heck did you do?
So what is it? What is it?
So do it.
I mean, it's really just the psychology of the markets in terms of market cycles. So, I mean, it's based off of Wall Street, obviously, the stock market, but So everybody in the crypto community has been talking about it and trying to, look at that and see where we are. So I've been like back and forth with some areas of that, and I was just kind of curious of your guys' thoughts. Obviously, everybody remembers Euphoria, right? $20,000 Bitcoin. And we had, so if you just look at it, a lot of people think we're in depression, right? And I don't know. I don't feel like we even gone through the panic part. Do you guys feel like we've gone through a panic type of scenario?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you?
Well, here's, I think so. Or actually, now that if it's between denial and panic, and I wouldn't know exactly where that fits on the spectrum.
Yeah.
So below panic is capitulation, where people just quit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, interesting.
Then there's anger, which I've seen a lot of anger, and I do see a lot of depression. So like if you're going to analyze like social media comments and trends, you really do see like you've seen anger right now, definitely depression. And there has been a ton of people that have left. I mean, you can just tell by search volume and all the social media analytics. So maybe we are in that depression stage right now.
Yeah, I was looking at this earlier when you sent it to us, and I was just thinking, we're either like at that last dip in anger, or we're somewhere maybe in the orange, getting close to red near the depression. But I've seen a lot of people capitulate. They even talk about it. I'm getting out. I'm done. Lots and lots of anger. But although you're going to have that accommodate any of the other ones that we saw too, anxiety, denial, panic, you're going to have some of those same symptoms showing up there. So to be able to say this is exactly anger on this chart versus someone being angry on the way down and then panicking and selling,
So Dan, what you're telling me oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think we're somewhere in the anger area.
Yeah, so if this is true, then I should definitely sell, because it's going to get lower.
Yeah,
and then just buy.
Down another 20-30%.
Yeah. All right, before you go, before we end, we got to shout out John LTC Kim's YouTube channel.
Yep.
He's a definite huge, big Litecoin fan. Subscribe. Here we go. Boom. I'm subscribed. You all should subscribe. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. And here, I want to see this full shadow box. I don't understand. Oh, look at this guy.
Such a motivational guy.
Check that technique, guys.
Give it a like, E. Give it a like.
Oh shoot, I gotta like this sucker. He only has 4, dude. That should be like, there should be 31. If there's 31 views, you guys have to like this video. That's unreal right now. Come on. Let's pump his channel. Get him going. Do you like that footwork? How light he is on his feet?
Hilarious.
Someone called him Johnny the Bull.
I know.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Point, Johnny the Bull.
Shorter live stream, but thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciated it. Yeah, if some more big news comes out, we'll get back on this live stream and talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's do Summit next time too.
Yeah. Oh shoot, yeah.
Let's not wait so long for the next one.
Yeah. For sure.
I miss you guys.
Right.
Miss you too, Dan. Right. By the way, congrats on getting married, fool.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Is this day 4? This is day 4 now. Look at that.
No, it was like
nice ring.
This is a week exactly. My 1 week anniversary is today.
Oh crap! It is.
Yep. Appreciate
it. See, when you get married, you got to start losing track of time, and you have to get the days and the years wrong and everything else. So you're not there yet.
It's
only been a week. So
I can imagine.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Right,
thanks for having me.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.